feeling like I'm Akademiks.
Gucci had a whole message that he wanted to give to his roster of people on 10/17. He announced that he was dropping all his artists except for 2. Listen to this one, chat.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shake-up and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Foo. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract. But I said, hey, fuck it. Let's just make the unselfish decision and, let them take their talents elsewhere. So today, you know what I'm saying, I already reached out to all of my artists, you know what I'm saying, to their lawyers and whatever, and let them know that they're free to take their talents elsewhere. And I'm still looking for new talent to pair up with, you know what I'm saying, Pooh and Foo, and that's where I'm going to put my focus. And I just wish them the best. And I just want to let everybody know that because, hey, that's where we at.
Man, the music industry.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10.
Man, the music industry is in shambles, ain't it? It's very clear that, and by the way, Gucci contradicted himself so much in that. He said, yo, I could have held him on the contract, but, I wanted to be a real nigga and just allowed him to be free. Well, that would sound good if you didn't mention the first part of, I was looking at my P&L, and P&L is a profit and loss statement, which means how much are you profiting versus losing with a certain investment. And yes, music, being a label or investing in musicians, that's an investment. Yeah, if you're probably losing money. So really, it's not just being a real nigga to let him go. It's also a financial thing. Atlantic let him go, all their artists and not re-sign him. That's a financial thing. Let me tell you how it works when it comes to a label, right? With the label, it works in a few ways. When these guys sign deals, there's several deals, but I'll tell you ones that typically artists sign, and especially if he has artists not as. By the way, he kept the most successful artists, which is Foo and Pooh Shiesty. So the others are less successful. Almost guaranteed, the artists that he got signed are ones that, number one, are signed for like maybe probably 5 albums, right? You're investing in them. You're probably trying to help their career kick off 5 albums, right? Not only 5 albums, these people are required to probably turn in a project a year or whatever the case is. And this is how it works. You got to pay them when you pick up an option. So it'd be like, all right, say it's 2 and a 3, right? Which means guaranteed 2 albums or guaranteed 1 album, then it's a +4 or +1, which means you have to pay these guys. So you got to give them an advance as long as they're delivering the deliverables. Now, if you think that the music industry is in shambles and you're not going to make your money back, you probably want to get out of that contract, right? So it's not necessarily about holding these artists against their will. It's about, do you think your investment at that time, this is why people have options in contract. Do you think your investment is going to be worth it or not? So I think Gucci is realizing, first and foremost, like I've talked to all the labels. Y'all know I work with all these labels. Bro, they're not trying to, like, if you're not a big dog, it's a waste of time to drop a music for the rest of the year. Everybody's shutting down. The labels are damn near about to shut down, right? Like, usually they shut down mid-December. They're damn near ready to shut down right now. Why? There's no momentum, no movement. It's just a down year. They're just calling it a wash, right? So again, why is he probably saying this? These guys not only have to probably get advances, right, and back ends, or half advance and then the other half when you pick up the option, half when the other one comes in, or they might just have some time markers in their contract, but they also might have overheads. Like, for example, in certain deals that people might have, it might have where they have their own imprint as well underneath 1017, right? Or they might have that they have their own production company, and that's financed by the bigger label, which what that usually does is every quarter you have to cut them a check. Who knows what that check could be? Could be like you're cutting these guys $200,000 every quarter, or it could be $500,000, $500,000 every quarter. Now, you know why you're going to fucking get out of that deal or cancel, it's probably because it's time for an option, or you're not trying to pay out that fourth quarter. Like, once you get to October, it's the fourth quarter. Trust me, it's the fourth quarter of the year. Man, get out of these contracts, save that money. Music is not selling right now. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. If I'm a new artist, I hope y'all listen to me on this. Don't be thinking about, for the next, things change. This is an industry that, you got to work with ebbs and flows. In the next year, if you're not signed, don't sign. Like, just grind it up independently, because a label ain't down to spend on you right now. If a label should be a bank and they're not willing to spend, that's a problem. And if they're supposed to have all the resources and they're not willing to push you, that's a problem. So you might as well just be independent, try to get some organic buzz. And then in a year from now, because the industry will bounce back. Like right now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is a 2008 for the music industry. In 2008, in financial terms, it was a recession, right? Stock markets are like, abysmal descent there. That's what it is this year for the music industry, okay? Like, if you look outside of Kendrick and Drake, and they're back and forth, and there's a few, like, artists, like, for example, Rod Wave, just, he's about to do like 130,000. Well, if you look outside of that, nobody's selling shit. So this is the recession year for music, and if I'm a young artist, I don't sign in the next year. Sign when the labels are back to their peak, because if the label can't help you at their peak capacity, or they're not operating at the peak capacity, why bring your buzz over there when you could get 100% of, even if it's 100% of 100% of $50, or let's say $30, is more than 2% of $100. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, he's keeping the right artist. I do think that whenever Pooh Shiesty get out, I think he got like 2 more years. Pooh Shiesty's gonna be on fire. Pooh Shiesty's gonna be going crazy. That's my guy. I know some people, especially like whacking everybody on Clubhouse, have suggested otherwise, but I think people have a lot of respect for Pooh Shiesty. He took his time. He shut the fuck up. We don't see him kicking and screaming and crying like, oh, this wasn't fair. He seemed like the consummate street nigga. Like, he know what he did. Shit, did he kind of blow a chance because he had momentum at the time? Yeah, but shit, he was keeping it in the streets, and shit caught up to him, did his time, and he finna come back out. Can't knock him, all right? Can't knock him, all right? What are y'all talking about now? Somebody said, marketing just changed. What? It's not necessarily that marketing has changed. The companies don't want to spend money no more. Bro, these companies are literally downsizing. Half of the executives, bro, put it like this. Like, all them executives from Atlantic you see got fired, bro, they're getting paid like $2-3 million a year. You get what I'm saying? Yo, get them off the books. Fired. Bro, they probably cleared out $15 million a year in paying executives. Get them out of here. So, it's just right now, the industry is downsized until they regroup and figure out what's going on. Then they're going to get back to spending a lot more. That's just how it goes. It's never going to be in this space for too long. So just don't bank on it. Speaking about Young Thugs, we talked about him earlier.